Bitcoin's next move signal in a matter of days. We have the signals. We have all of the technical analysis as well as the news analysis that is suggesting exactly what's coming next for Bitcoin and the altcoins we've all been paying attention to. Everybody, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. Bitcoin, Avalanche, Cardano. We're seeing across the board, BitTensor. We're seeing so many bullish signals in the chart, but is there a move down in the works about brewing what right now in the market? Everybody retweet this out to your friends and family over at Kelly Kellum or at Academy BitLab. We're going live. Let's dive into it. Let's get it. Market's starting to heat up. Feels good. We're looking at everything going on and how tight it's coming in to a particular date. And I think you guys might have an understanding what that date might be, but where is the price going next? And will Bitcoin's move signal what is going to happen in the rest of the market? Was Bitcoin going to leave the altcoins behind? Or are we going to finally get that alt season everybody's been waiting on? Well, let's dive into the charts. Let's get right into it today. We missed a little bit yesterday with we did the multi-streaming on Discover as well as BitLab. So we got some charts we got to look at today. We got some news stories and some other data signals we have to look at as well. But how are you all doing? How you feeling? Look at what is coming on right now. This is coming back to September 5th. And just note from this mark right here all the way up to there, that's 108% move to the upside. Kind of feels better when you realize that the price has moved 108%. To realize, oh my God, okay, we've had a little bit of a pullback. That was about a 30% pullback. Currently, we're sitting at about a 20% pullback from this level right here that we dropped from the inauguration date on January 20th. Now, what we're seeing right now is a rising level of support, falling level of resistance, coming into an apex on what date? Look at this. Look at where both of these go right here, right onto April 2nd. That's right at the peak of the apex for what we're looking at. So we're going to dive into this. We're going to be looking at some other things in these charts as well. Looking at Ethereum. I mean, look at this. I mean, it looks like it wants to break down, but it also feels like we need it to break up to the upside, right? But we're also seeing XRP still outside, breaking out of this, still testing this as confirmation. We see Solana also making some moves to the upside, coming back to retest this. Is this failing? Is this about to break down? We're going to look at that. You see Chainlink still looking a little bit better than XRP there, maybe because all of the talk and chatter with what's going on with the DC Blockchain Summit, with some of the regulations that are looking to get passed. We see Aerodrome also, I mean, trying to break out, a bit of a fake out, coming back down inside, but still holding this zone. We can actually let's draw a little box on this right here. Let's move this right in there where all these bottom bouncing. Constellation DAG. I mean, look at this real big sell-off after the nice move to the upside, fake out back to the downside, but the bull's eating this back up. Looks like a little bit of manipulation. We're also seeing things like Near Protocol, a breakout confirmation is still holding up, but based on what we're seeing in the other altcoins, we're seeing a little bit of a rotation back to the downside. Are these just those bull trap, bear trap sort of washout, bull trap, bear trap before you get that actual move to play out? We have a lot to tune into today, but I want to jump back over to each and every one of you and just tell you how much I appreciate all of you, BitLab family, every one of you that's in the Discover Crypto, one of you that's in the Blockchain Basement family. We have such a great crew here, rooted in positivity, but also in the data about what's going on in these markets. I hope you're feeling good. I hope your portfolios are starting to look better. Many of you are probably more heavily allocated into alt, so hopefully you're not down too bad. And if you are, I hope you are either very patient or at this point have been very patient or have been and lowering those average entries, because we've got some magic coming to this market. And I could not be more excited. Shout out to each and every one of you that's here on a daily basis. Now, if we get, let's do a giveaway today. And we're going to need either 10 super chats or 10 new members or 40 retweets on the page right over here. And by the way, shout out to any of you. If I don't know if you noticed, I did update my banner up here. I realized I'd never I was worried if I updated it, I'd lose my check mark. but I went and updated it. Make sure you are following the correct account. There's so many fake Kelly Kellum impersonating accounts that go and they copy everything, but then they'll promote some nonsense that has nothing to do with us, which is likely a scam. So make sure you're following the correct account. And if you hit this retweet right here, hit that retweet, hit that like button, get that out. If we can get this to 40, or if we get 10 super chats or 10 new members, then we will do a giveaway today, $100 USDT value. So let's get on that. Shout out to everybody that's here. Let's go through what we are seeing today, because we are seeing a mixture. It was so green, but this is the hourly chart. As we just saw, a lot of things are having a little bit of pullbacks right now. So a little bit of pullbacks right now, but that's okay, because we are seeing on the weekly a lot of green here. Pi Cycle still having a little bit of a retrace after their massive pump up, following their basically launch to public sale. But a lot of green here. This is feeling good. We get down to the daily, we're starting to get a mixed bag, but what does it look like on the coin market cap? Let's go ahead and just reload this. 2.85 trillion, AKA nothing's really happening right now. Alexander G gifting 5 memberships. We got Ugan Sky, Brendan, iProduct Fix LLC, or is it iProduct? Yeah, iProduct Fix LLC. Museum of Corruption, Embossed, welcome to the family. We also got Giga Longbottom. Welcome to being BitLab Tech. Shout out to the new members. Getting the train rolling today. Big love to each and every one of you. And thank you very much, Alexander G. For those of you that don't know, Alexander G is the best crypto mod out there and family member of so many channels, showing so much support daily basis. She does all the time codes on these videos. When you watch them back later, any of you that do watch back later, when you see the video time coded, that is Alexander G. Shout out to her for always being such a helping hand here. Now, when we look at what's going on here on the top 100, Barachain up 11%. I need to look into Barachain. It's still one of those things. There's just only so much time in the day, but I got to look into that and get a little bit more of a handle on what's going on there. But Toncoin, 8% pump, right? Did you see that $400 million investment that they have coming into Tonchain? Well, that is big news and kind of put them in the, gave them a bit of mind share. We got Curve DAO token up almost 7%. Maker, don't count Maker out. I mean, look at this. Only, where's it at? Only circulating supply. Only 884,000 tokens, which is why you see $1,400 coin. Now, if you guys don't remember, Maker had, this got pretty damn high. This got up to over 5,000, right about, over $5,000 token back here on May 14th of 2021. But we're seeing this. If you look at this on market cap, this actually looks quite good because it hasn't had a huge amount of token inflation. This is very important. Everybody understand this right now. So many people are looking at so many different coins out there and saying, if this gets back to the previous coin and goes the same X amount in dollar value up as it did last cycle, but they're not taking into account the token supply, the amount of token inflation that has happened, or even token unlocks that have happened from 2 years ago or 4 years ago to now. And then they wonder why the price never hits where they're expected. There's so many more tokens. That would be an exponential increase on the market cap. So it dilutes the ability for it to go as high. Now, when you look at something like this with Maker, look at this from price to market cap. This is relatively almost exactly the same. So this, especially speaking of what's happening in the last few days and really since January 20th of the new administration and the new regulatory landscape and the DeFi broker rule that they voted on yesterday, basically fully throwing that to the wolves, which is a good thing because it now opens up the possibilities for DeFi. So when you look at projects like Maker and you look at Aave and you look at Ethereum, yes, Ethereum's not out of the fold yet. And I'm going to show you some data on that here in a little bit. But we're seeing we're seeing some things heat up in the market. Even TIA making a bit of a comeback. We had up 12% in the last week. Man, damn, Bear, I didn't realize that. Barachain's up 40% in the last week. Sui's up 12%. We got, I don't even know what Form is. Form to up 29%. I'm gonna start doing some specific, what do you call it? specific coin videos, breaking some of these things down here on the channel to give you guys a bit of an idea, deeper, basically due diligence videos, so you can understand what's going on in these different chains and what they're about. Shout out to Alexandra G, gifting 5 more. Is that 5 more? 5 more memberships. Let me count this. Hold on. Let's see. 5. Yeah, 5 more. So we got 11 memberships. Shout out to her. Holy moly. Now if we if we keep that up, if we get another 10, or if we do get that 40, by the way, we are doing a giveaway today, especially if we get the 40 retweets on this. We got 387 people on YouTube alone and another 200 or 300 on X. Come right here, hit that retweet button, hit that like button, show some love. And we can do another giveaway. So that would be a $200 in value giveaway. And we will randomly, either way, we are going to randomly draw. This is an incentive for you to retweet. We will randomly draw. I basically come in here, I open this up, and I look at post engagement, and we will randomly draw those people that retweet. That's how we're going to pick the winner. So shout out to everybody that's participating, showing some love. And again, I want to call out, since a lot of people just rolled in, I did update my banner on the page. You'll notice if you go and check the page you follow right now, there's about 40 or 50 fake profiles of me. Make sure it has this banner, and make sure it's spelled Kelly, Kellam, not 3 L's, not a dot, not a KL1AM. There's so many fake profiles, and people tell me that they've been messaging me and they don't realize they're talking to, even my dad has done this. Okay. Make sure you're following the right person. Shout out to everybody here. We got Black Ice, Veteran Crypto, St. Goose, Ugin Sky, Government Bowel Movement. I love it. Government Bowel Movement Tracker. That's a good name right there. Shout out to you. Theo Rodriguez, Veteran Crypto. We got the whole crew in the house today. Shout out to everybody that's here. Now let's look at the data. We're going to get into some TA on some stuff today. And we got Redman from the Billy Goat Tales crew that's going to be popping in here in a little bit as well. Now, what do we see? And I don't know what that is, but we got, of course, Paul Atkins. This doesn't matter to us, right? SEC. This is part of that new regulatory framework, the new empowering sort of direction we're going with this government and what it means for crypto. So much so, if you don't think Paul Atkins is on our side, then check out this damn quote of him earlier today. Do you read this? Does this make it clear? You just have to be able to breathe and not be a complete raging lunatic, and you'll be the greatest SEC commissioner compared to the last guy. Do you understand how important that is? Let me go ahead and say that again. You just have to be able to breathe and not be a complete raging lunatic, and you'll be the greatest SEC commissioner compared to the last guy. So he agrees that Gary Gensler was off his gourd. So shout out for that. Shout out to Jumpman getting $2 super chat there. Big love to you. Keeping it flowing today. Wrapping up my birthday month here, coming out in the next few days. Big love to each and every one of you. And this is what we're talking about. It is getting in the direction and giving more empowerment to everything we're looking for. And this is at the time when we also are at that point in the cycle where we've already seen gains on Bitcoin. Altcoins have made 2 round trips. But what we're really seeing right now is the fuel for the fire that the bulls are going to burn to build that mother up into the green promised land. That's what we're looking for right now. And this is the increase in global liquidity that correlates also to the initial bullish rise, and then that parabolic rise. Boom, look at that sharp increase in global liquidity, sharp increase in price action. Look at this, sharp increase in global liquidity, little bit of soft time frame here, also coming out of the world government shutdown, economic shutdown. But then boom, popped. And look at this. We've seen the steady accumulation. Very, very similar to this. And I do think we're about to get a major, pop in the market. So this is what we are looking forward to right now. This is the preseason. Now, understand this. We have just... Understand this. We have been in the preseason of the Understand this. We have been in the preseason of the parabolic uptrend that is about to blow people away. So many people have been chopped out. So many people have gotten emotional. The Bitcoin market top, crypto top. Stop that freaking nonsense, because the global liquidity is showing us, much like we've seen in previous cycles, right here, uptrend, right here, preseason, massive parabolic uptrend, and then right here, this is a preseason into what's about to be absolutely explosive gains in this market. It just takes a little bit of patience, it takes a little bit of courage, and it takes strategy over emotion. So let's get back into it because we got some things to roll through today. And at the same time, I'm putting in my order for lunch so it arrives because I have a tight schedule today. Let me make sure this boom, 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 place order, boom. That way it arrives here just as I'm wrapping up. Now, what else we got? Check this out. New 62% of millennials hold Bitcoin or crypto, making up at least a third of their portfolios, and 35% of Gen Z allocate over half their portfolios to digital assets, according to the World Economic Forum's Global Retail Investor Outlook. So, especially as this baby boomer age population, think of this. This is where you think long term. You think about if the young generations, my generation and below, I'm right at that cusp of Generation X and millennial. I'm 41 years old. Gary Cardone thinks I'm 30 or 31, so I must be I must be using some good face cream or what, but I'm not sure. But I'm at that cusp, that 30 to 45-year-old range. This is what it's talking about. It's this crypto focused, crypto heavy. And so this is what I want to look at long term. This is why it's important if you are trading that you also make sure that you have a longer term portfolio that you're rotating profits into and also not touching to fulfill your degen fantasies. Make sure you're long-term investing, especially in Bitcoin and specific crypto projects that you diversify into, because this is the trend of where investment is going. It's shown in the data. It's not a hopium thing anymore. It's not, hey, like me back in 2015, 2016, people thought I was out of my freaking mind for what I was doing with crypto. Now it is a imperative in investing moving forward. So that's what we have to pay attention to. And this is where we're at. Much like that chart I just showed you, the massive decision point is coming up right around the very end of this month, early next week, and April 2nd on the tariff date, that terminal date of when tariffs are going to go live, which I believe is actually on the 3rd. But we've got this, the price action is talking about it. Basically, how the price pattern is coming into this decision point. We have the underlying global liquidity that's ticking up. We have the quantitative tightening that is reducing effectively towards that zero mark. We have stealth quantitative easing going on. We have government printing, money printing in China. We have reduction of interest rates going on in Europe. We are in the perfect storm for those that are paying attention. And are you paying attention? If you've been stacking, if you've been hodling, even if you've only been educating, so long as you haven't been capitulating, drop a 1 in chat right now. I want to see 1,000 ones. Every one of you is paying attention to the data, not looking at the price, holding yourself hostage because you need it to happen in this moment. And you go, but you look at this, let's go to the 1 hour, and you look at this, you're like, but the market's crashing. This is not a crash, okay? This is not a crash. This is a normal reset in price action that basically tested down, not even to this low that you could have expected, which is a previous range high. This is looking beautiful, even with a further move. Still be incredibly bullish. So I see the ones in there. We got Stevie Crypto, Nick Galley, Daniel. Everybody's doing it. Black Ice, Big Love. Yeah, there we go. You guys are paying attention. That's what I want to see. Now let's continue on because we got some stuff to look at. Now, this is why it's so important. We talked about the millennials investing in Bitcoin and crypto assets. But even if you don't, even if you only have 1% in crypto, understand this. A first generation iPod, this has nothing to do with crypto, right? But pay attention. A first generation iPod only cost $399 when it launched in 2001. If you purchased Apple stock instead of iPod, that amount would have been worth $316,000. You could buy it doesn't matter all this, but this is the point. Now, it doesn't mean we don't go and buy things, because we all need to buy things. Some of it's for our ego, some of it's for our life, some of it's life's good. Sometimes we have to realize we're not going to only invest and not do anything fun, right? You have to find that balance yourself. But at the end of the day, you need to realize this. Buying momentary things versus investing into an exponential future, whether it's Bitcoin, tech growth stocks, industries, or any growth industry that you're investing in, even an index fund, invest because your future does rely on it. You cannot outpace the rate of inflation without having investments somewhere. Now, does that mean you need to go out without a little bit? Of course. You might need to go without an extra meal out this week, or, new rims on your car, and you have a let me say something real quick. If you have a 1991 Honda Accord and you're spending fucking $3,000 getting rims because you think it makes it look cool, you're a freaking idiot. That does nothing. It's an empty investment in ego that nobody else recognizes a value, except for people you don't want to hang around. Spend money on things that are going to expand the possibilities in your life, possibilities that matter, that have positive impact, whether it's investing in Bitcoin or an index fund or even the S&P 500. Investing in the future expands your outcomes. Investing in education expands your outcomes. Investing in people that provide positive impact to you. And sometimes that means them calling you out, but you have an ego that can take that. We need to invest our time, our energy, and our mind space in ways that will grow our future, not detract from it from a momentary ego flex that has no value. Let's be good. Let's be better, man. That's what this is about on this channel. Yeah, we do TA. Yeah, we do crypto. Yeah, we do Bitcoin and altcoins. But it really all boils down to we want a better freaking future. So let's go after it. Let's do that. That's what I'm about, baby. Now, continuing on, what else we got? BlackRock launches Bitcoin ETP in Europe. Awesome. We got Pakistan's prime minister is discussing investing $3.5 billion in Bitcoin, and people thought we were at the top. You're out of your damn mind. And then you look at this. Check this out. The last three parabolas outlined into where we're at right now. This is it. Look, we had a lot more room to go up. We have a lot of time on the 4-year cycle narrative, which I still think it's going to be extended beyond what we're seeing. We have a lot more time in order for this to play out. I mean, look at this. Leave that pause right there. See where we're at on this overlay? We've got some time to go for some upside. And in order to get there, you have to endure the downside dips in order to substantiate the massive upside rips. It's a normal thing. If you haven't been here, if this is your new cycle, this is normal. In fact, this has been one of the more luxurious bull markets that we've ever had. It's been frustrating in different ways with longer periods of sideways chop. However, we can get there because we're starting to get that breaking out of the descending channel pattern. Breaking out, looking good, but what does it look like on a larger basis? Here from Nick from Coin Bureau, not only are we breaking out of the channel, but check it out. We broke out of the 3-month price downtrend, broke out of the RSI downtrend, meaning the RSI strength is now showing a new trend of strength coming in, more so than was previously based on trend. And we're trading back above the 200-day moving average. Can we keep this momentum? That's what we're looking for right now, because we are seeing the large whales changing. The red means they're selling, right? Blue means they're buying. This is the different wallet sizes. You see over 10,000, 1 to 10, 100 to 1,000, 10 to 100, 1 to 10, all small wallets, large wallets. We're still seeing a little bit of weak bitch ass hands in here selling because they don't understand what the data is saying. And that's what I'm trying to get through to you. Look at what the smart money is doing. It's not always going to be 1-to-1, especially, for instance, in the large 10,000 wallet, over 10,000 wallet. A lot of these wallets have been holding from a long time ago. So they're picking specific times to buy. This 1 to 10,000 is a great metric. I mean, look at this dip. Look, they're still selling here, but look where the smart money was buying. This is one of my favorite, the 100 to 1,000 and the 1,000 to 10,000 wallets. Look at this. Called this before. Yeah. And they were stacking all through this. Boom. And then they sold a little bit at this top, and then they stacked more in here before this move. But what we're seeing right now, we're starting to see the big wallets also wake up, because considering where we're at in the cycle, and the change of the regulatory landscape is suggesting big money is starting to say, man, yeah, this is kind of a distribution zone based on, but it's not. It's not, because we have a new landscape looking forward and projecting ahead. So what you want to do right now is figure out what your goal is in this market, because all this is doing, and I showed you, this is like liquidity bumper cars, just flushing people out, up, down, up, down, up, down. So let's not get trapped in all of this, because we've seen this and I've shown you this before. If this is your first time here, by the way, if this is your first time here, welcome to the family. My name's Kelly Kellum, BitLab Academy here with the Discover Crypto crew, the Blockchain Basement crew. We here bringing you non-biased looks at the market, real talk about how you can be the best version of yourself. And I fail at it every day, I'll tell you right now. But the goal is, how quick can we get back on the path that we want to be on, versus being self-victimized and we don't deserve. Screw that nonsense. We're speaking real to you from here on out, guys. I'm not gonna be the sweet talking son bitch anymore. I'm gonna tell you exactly what's going on, as I have been with the markets, but also on a personal level, because we've seen a lot of darkness in the space, a lot of darkness in the world, a lot of darkness on crypto Twitter. I don't deal with that nonsense. We're gonna grow together, because the market's heating up, and I don't want any of you to get rich and become an asshole. We've seen how that turns out. I don't want you to also, if you mess something up, give up, because you can't hold yourself accountable and learn from your mistakes, because we're seeing not only the liquidity weighted business cycle breaking out, the price action breaking out, the RSI showing new trend, liquidity on the global level coming up. The time is now, baby. The time is right now to ask yourself what your goal is, and can you hold yourself to that on a strategy basis, because this market is here to trick you. It's a dog eat dog market, and this is a battlefield. You have to be your solemn warrior, and we can do this together. That's what we're doing. Purple, I hear you, baby. Purple said, you know what? I don't even care about the curse words anymore, because this is an adult channel and it's all good. So moving forward with this, what do we got? We got a couple more things. Then we're going to jump into a little bit of TA, and we got Redman waiting in the wings. I see you there, baby. We're going to be bringing you up here in just a second. The correlation between Bitcoin and the altcoins has been dropping for the past week. So there is an instance here, as much as we want alts to all run away right now, it may not happen like in the moments we want. It might happen much later this year. It might happen after September. We may be in a long road for altcoins. There's no telling, based on the awareness campaign that's happened since the Bitcoin spot ETFs, January 11th last year, all the way to where we're at now, to MicroStrategy having the success they've had, Metaplanet having the success they've had since they become a Bitcoin treasury company, GameStop now about to really shock the world with basically the largest turnaround in sentiment, and basically going from a game company now to a Bitcoin treasury hedge fund. I mean, we are about to see an inflow of not only institutions, but also capital. And then we haven't even talked about Bitcoin bonds in the US to raise money for the Bitcoin stacking for the US Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. So we may see this divergence, meaning Bitcoin outpacing altcoins. But this market is so weird right now because of all the new regulations and the new capital channels and the basically explicit permission now on a social level and on a regulatory level for corporations and ultra high net worth people that realize, oh, this is actually okay. In fact, this is something that's needed. And not only that, we got the stable coins. What are stable coins on? Other altcoins, considering Ethereum, right? So we have to remember that, because Ethereum is not dead, everybody. Ethereum is dead is what they've been saying. Jackasses that don't understand data. Well, it's these kind of data divergences with price action, meaning price action's falling, it's dead because I don't understand data, versus the data that's showing, I mean, look at this. ETH BIDL fund triples in 3 weeks. This is right here on the heels of also having this new change with the IRS DeFi brokerage rules in regards to, it just opens up, clears the pathway for stablecoins, for DeFi, for banks, for corporate, guys, the coast is clear. Let's run this Woo, I'm so excited about all this. Now I'm going to show you 3 charts here, and then we're going to jump in with Redman. And what are we seeing? Again, simple as possible. Rising level of support, descending level of resistance, price coming right into this zone. Now let's look at this on a clearer level here. And that is actually, I want to show the Coinbase chart. We've got a couple conflicting signals. As bullish as we want to be, we're waiting kind of a little bit. I still think there's a little hesitation in the market until about April 1st to April 3rd. And remember, all this can change on a dime based on something Trump says about throwing out all the tariffs or only keeping the auto tariffs, or all of it goes enacted and not as many get come back, not terminated, but a change in stance, right? But we have a we have a falling wedge here, which tends to break out bullish, which already deviated bearish, right? But then we also have this bear flag, but then we also have a rising channel, rising wedge. So we have bullish, bearish, everything's waiting on the direction here of what's happening over the next few days. And also what's happening in regards to some of the other geopolitical things. The tariffs are the biggest indication, and we know that because when we look at, where is it at? When we look at the S&P 500 to Bitcoin, this uncertainty signal, this is uncertainty in markets, the shakeup from all the tariff talk. Well, we're starting to get a bounce here. If this doesn't roll over and continue bouncing lower, this is also a signal to certainty in the risk markets. On the cusp of everybody now becoming aware Bitcoin is an asset, we all know, but remember, 86% of people polled in a recent survey said that they have no plans to invest in Bitcoin. We are still in a bubble, baby. That means we still have opportunity, but it means there's volatility that's going to shake your confidence if you don't have it locked in. But I'm very bullish on this. I mean, we've got, the channel, all this, and we have the hash signals that just flashed. But when we're looking over it like Ethereum, this is still, remember what we just looked at with, what was it? This chart right here. Tripling of the ETH BUIDL fund. We have the opening of what's happening with stablecoins. We have 80% of the real world asset tokenization on ETH. ETH is not dead. People have just looked at, hey, squirrel, looking at the shiny objects, and steadily this is in the background with the largest growth, the largest ecosystem with major growth underlying. It's not reflected in price yet. I want to see growth happening on a data basis that's not reflected in price, so I can capture it before it makes the move. That's the goal. That's what real stress-free investing and position, longer-term position trades are, because then you can identify it without having to be here on the 3-minute chart going, okay, we got to invert head and shoulders. Cool. Oh, but it's breaking down. Now it's we could do that, and we do, but we reduce our stress by also doing it with the percentage of our portfolio, everybody. Now, coming back over here, let's look at the 4-hour chart. We've got, it's coming into the zone that we've been talking about for quite some time, this ETH level that we've had highlighted, and it's come right down into it. For me, I would like this to ultimately be the bottom for ETH. Boom. Even if this pulled back again and we got a double bottom, that would be, that would honestly be a bit more bullish because you get one more opportunity, the breakout, the retest, chop here, scare everybody out of their mind, it's going to fail, and then you get the move. That's kind of what I see most likely happening within this. Now, when we bring up the indicators, the momentum waves are ticking to the upside. We've got the VWAP not giving us much signal. It's just in the uncertain zone right now at the moment. But I feel pretty confident that we're not going to see this roll down and come down here to the $1,300 level, $1,400 level. Now, while I don't think that's possible, I'm prepared if it does. It's my estimation that this, barring Bitcoin doesn't break back below 80,000, this I would feel comfortable calling basically the bottom for ETH, the ETH to US dollar pairing. And very similar. I mean, look at this, just stair step to the downside. This ETH could have bottomed on the US dollar pair, and this can still fall. Because if Bitcoin outpaces what ETH does, then this will fall. So you got to pay attention to that and be aware of that at the moment. Now, when we look over here, there's a couple things I wanted to bring up. Oh, BitTenter Tau, coming down into this basically double bottom. You know what? Let's remove all drawings. It's getting ugly on there. There we go. Okay. So we got this right here. Boom. Nice, basically double, triple bottom in this zone. AI has kind of been a little bit in the hot seat. It's been on the back burner, but I think there's been a lot of quiet developments, a lot of things exploding in the Tau network as well. Remember, Tau is an ecosystem. It's an AI development ecosystem to where if you need AI projects or protocols developed or agents developed, or if you are an AI project developer or agent developer, and Tau it's kind of like Fiverr. Think of Fiverr for tasks, right? This BitTensor is essentially an ecosystem for AI development. And so for me, that gives you a broad range rather than in one specific thing. So, and also has only 21 million tokens, looking beautiful here. I'd be watching really for when it breaks above this 309 level, because I do think it's going to hit its head against this. So once it breaks out of this, has a bit of a retest, that would be a great, more, I don't want to say safer, but more confirmed move. But if you're open to buying and holding this for some months, anywhere down in here, I think is a great range. And then of course, Aerodrome, we talked about this. I mean, setting up, beautiful falling wedge. It's fighting to hold this floor. If this can break out of this, especially once it clears this 61 cent level, 61, 62 cents, I think that is going to be, it's going to be looking very good. But we're getting there, guys. We got all the things set up. It's feeling good. The others chart shows we've kind of come into the zone that I targeted way up here. We targeted this, came down. Oh my God, it failed. No, a little divergence, comes back up. I think we're in for some really beautiful times to come. So with that being said, everybody, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell. We got a guest coming on here in just a moment. Make sure you head over here, hit that retweet. I want to be able to do another giveaway today, guys. Hit that retweet, hit that like button. If we get it up to 40, there's 700, over almost 800 people in here. We can get this to 40 retweets. Show some love, baby. Let you give me love. I'm able to give all of you extra love, and we will be drawing the winner from those of you that retweet this right here. Now, let me take a snapshot of this, because if I'm not able to do the giveaway right now, hold on, because we are doing one giveaway already because of all the members. I'm just going to leave this up. And we're, all right. So there we go. Sorry, just got a lot going on. All right. Now let me pull up my man, Mr. Man. He's red. He's a red man. And that's our boy, Red Man. How you doing, brother?
Hey, Kelly. I'm happy to be here this morning. How you doing, brother?
You know what? I'm excited about this market. It was getting frustrated. It was challenging my own strategies. I'm like, man, is it ever gonna? But that's the moment that it forges diamonds out of that coal, right? That's what I tell myself, at least.
Yeah, it's part of that emotional intelligence stuff we talk about on Billy Go Tales. You've been there before. You know what we're all about.
Yeah, man. You guys do a great job having discussions. Crypto, it's a lot of crypto people, but it's talking about things in crypto, but also life, habits, growth, leadership, love, healing, because I think so many people get locked into so many things going on that are more ego related and not actually, why am I doing this? What's my why? And you guys also are doing other things, releasing materials, writing stuff, books. Do I hear that there may be another book coming?
Yeah, so I was able to drop my book last week. Billy's is out right now. We actually have a deal. You can buy both of them for $15.99 now instead of just buying one for $14.99. So
And
you can get Billy's book.
Is there a link I can pull up to show people?
Yeah. Let me give you guys the link here. Put this right.
Because I know Crypto Billy, who I saw him here in the live chat. Shout out to you, wonderful soul in the space. He also has the kids book out, right?
Yeah, his came out last year. Mine just came out last week. It's about the tricky wolf and the wise boy. And the tricky wolf, as we all know, tries to get over on people by building a fake coin. And the wise boy has done his research. He's done his homework. He knows what's going on, baby. You're not gonna pull a fast one on him. And he recognizes that the wolf is fake and that the wolf is just trying to rug everybody that invests in his project. And he's able to teach the village about fake coins. And I think it's a great story because you can sit down with your kids and read the story. It'll open up the conversation about Bitcoin and blockchain and the right way to do things instead of just investing in the next shiny thing in the crypto casino.
Yeah, so this is the Billy Goat Tales, the Tricky Wolf and the Wise Boy. And you got, it's great because we're all adults up here, and I'm trying to convince other adults about this stuff, about crypto, and all I can do is provide and seed information. But one of the things I know that was lacking in my upbringing, now my mom did it, but it's not in any schools. Nobody talks about finance. Nobody talks about smart money decisions. Nobody talks about navigating and balancing budgets and making good, smart decisions. I think it's great that while we're out here trying to figure out how we can expand our future, let's start the future, which is the kids, with some sort of basic knowledge. Even if it's a kid's book that may seem playful, it's starting to instill some of those ideas and principles. So it's not such a hard barrier to understand this when you become an adult.
Right. And Billy Goat Tales was founded on Giver's Gain, right? And Giver's Gain is helping people not expecting anything back. And I love sharing knowledge like this with other people. It'll help them in their crypto journey. This is definitely something I've dealt with in my own crypto journey. So I'm hoping that it will help others, and these kids are going to be so smart. They're going to be way smarter than me at my age when they're coming up, because they're going to have so much more information to run off of. I had to teach myself. I had to come up through the ranks myself. And so I'm proud to be able to put this book out and help people in their journey.
Oh, I appreciate that. And everybody, I did drop a link there in the live chat if you want to check it out. You can also search for Billy Goat Tales. Here, I'll just copy the actual title if that link doesn't work for you, because sometimes the links don't show up. You can search that on Amazon, and it's positive impacts type of stuff. But before we go, I'd love to ask you, because you've been in the crypto ecosystem, we've all had different journeys. What do you think? I'm curious from your take. What was your biggest hurdle early on, and what was your best learning experience from an error?
To be honest with you, my biggest hurdle was learning how to do crypto, learning how to crypto. That was my biggest hurdle. That's all I wanted to do, is I wanted to be able to mine. So I taught myself how to mine. I taught myself how to build the computer that I'm on right now. This is a computer that I built, pieced together. I learned how to do that. And then I just basically taught myself on the mining software. I bought GPUs, started mining, started printing my own money. And then from there, I got into trading. I've been off and on in trading the last couple of years. Kelly, I've kind of grown up with you a little bit when it comes to trading. I've round trip bags. We were just talking about ETH. I actually round tripped ETH last bull market, but that's a learning experience, right? That's something that I can now put in my tool belt, right? I could wait for next time. So I think, all these things that I've learned over the last, 6-7 years, now I get to talk about them. Now I get to start teaching other people about them. Now I get to start acting on these things that I've invested so much time into. And one of those things is the research channel in our Discord. So Alexandra G, I don't know if, she's got the YouTube. It's in the chat right now. YouTube links in the chat. And then if you guys want to check out our Billy Goat Tales, the handle is Billy Goat Tales on Twitter. It has our whole link tree. So you'll be able to pull up all of our socials. Discord is there. The link to the book is there. The link to Billy's book is there. Everything you need is in that link tree. So if you guys want to go ahead and subscribe to that channel.
And I just want to shout you guys out too, because you guys do fairly regular, almost weekly, if I'm not mistaken, or is it every couple weeks?
So we'll do a live show on Sundays. It's going to be 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's going to be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we do a live X Space on Twitter every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come join. Last space was fire. Kelly, you were there. We were talking about I am and positive affirmations. Amazing space. A lot of alpha. Crypto Billy brings it. So come on out and join us and work on. This is the thing. We've been teaching about positive affirmations and working on yourself, but I'm working on myself too. We're all a project.
It's a never-ending task. You never actually get there. It's the journey always. And how many of us have started a new year and said, I'm going to go to the gym every day, every 4 days a week. And by the third week, 90% of people, it's just give up. And it's any task. Could be weight loss, could be trading, it could be holding yourself accountable for sleeping on. The point is, so many people of us fail once and then give up versus fail. It is more likely than not. It's almost an imperative as a living being. You're going to fail. It's going to be a persistent thing. How quick can you get back on the path of where you're trying to go?
Yeah, and then finding a mentor like Crypto Billy and Jimmy Jim and Dave Digital and Tony the Biomex, they all have the same philosophy. We're all linked in, locked in together. We all believe in the same path, and we're just going to get down this road one step at a time. And it makes things a little easier instead of just being that island out there trying to wade in deep waters by yourself.
Absolutely. Well, you know what I'm going to do? You're the one. You're the guest today. So I have a giveaway that I'm doing. Pick a number between 1 and 27.
22, of course, my favorite number.
22. All right. So that means I got to count all the way to 20. Or how many? Sorry. No, it's okay. I'll do reverse math here. Hold on. We got 20. You said 22. So I count back 4. 22. Where are we at? No, it's the wrong one. Hold on. There we go. Repost. So it would be -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alexander G, you won, baby. Right? 20, 26, 25, 25, 24, 23, 20. No, it's Zeopat. So yeah, that's right. So it's Zeopat actually. Zeopat, you won. If you are in the US, you're getting an Arculus. If you're not in the US, you are going to get USDT instead. So it doesn't cost me $42 to send something to Europe or something like that. But Zeopat, I'll send you a message right now. You won today, baby. You won today. We'll get with you after. All right. Awesome sauce, man. Well, Redman, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you guys having positive impact in the space. We need more of it. Are you going to be in Vegas?
Yeah, I'll be in. I live here, so yeah, I'll definitely be here.
Dude, I come there. I come there all the time. I'll go out there for a week or 2 at a time.
I'll tell you what, Kelly. I saw you live last conference. You are my favorite live DJ, and I think that's the first time I've actually been that close to a DJ table. Because usually I'm 25,000 back. So it was nice. It's nice to see everything. The wheels of steel up front and center.
It was cool, funny because I think most people don't really, because I don't really broadcast it, here. People know if they know, but people were walking through that party and they walk by and they're like, what the fuck? Because that's what I did for so many years, and it's people don't ever expect what I'm going to play, because most people's idea of a DJ is a guy that plays either at a bar, which is just radio music, or some EDM nonsense, and I don't really do that. It's kind of my own sort of underground house that ties in commercial, so I'm glad you enjoyed it, my friend. I really do.
It's good stuff, and I can't wait to see you this year.
Yes, sir. You too, my brother. I appreciate you. And shout out again to Zeopat. Shout out to Alexander G, always being such a good helping hand here. And every single one of you, givers gain. So get out there, as Gary Cardone also says, go do something nice for somebody today. I actually challenge you to do 3 things nice for somebody today. Don't tell anybody about it. Do it just because it makes you feel good. And it also means you're helping other people. But that's all we got today, everybody. Let's go over to the blockchain basement now. Everybody pop in there and say wrong button. Say Givers Gain. BitLab is here. Show some love, and we'll see you there. Adios, everybody.